What's up, y'all? It's the Machism. Doing a late night Let's Play. It's going on 12:30 in the AM. And I just want to bring up a topic based on a very heated discussion I had with a family member before coming into the house. And we were discussing the lack of presence of black people in certain sports. I'm black. The person I was talking to is black as well. I used to be a diehard hockey fan from the early 90s leading up to the 2010s when I kind of fell out of following the sport. But how did the argument start? Oh my God, we were going at it over track and field and pole vaulting, and why there's not a lot of pole vaulters, African American pole vaulters, and dang, I forgot how the whole discussion started, but it was very heated. I admit we're both very stubborn, me and this person, but he comes from a realm of thinking that is not worldly. Oh yeah, that's how the conversation started. I think, I don't know, this track and field star named Lyles, I forgot his first name. He made a statement concerning the NBA championship, you know, being dubbed the world championship. So that's how the debate started. Like I said, I saw the guy's point, and the person I was debating with, they feel they took the side of his point. But my rebuttal to his point is who has been like the most dominant country in basketball, which is an American sport? America. Yeah, during like I think the early 2010s or before the 2010s, you had Argentina, you had Spain, and I think FIBA 2019 we had some country win it, but they were like an afterthought. And I know America right now, you know, they're trying to win a medal in the FIBA basketball right now with a bunch of, you know, B and C tier NBA stars. So that's what sparked this discussion. And so, you know, that track star makes a good point. How can you say they're the best in the world when your league, you know, only plays for a certain city in one league? You can't really say you're the best in the world. My rebuttal was this, is like, well, who has been the most dominant team, you know, been a dominant country in American basketball and international play, Olympics and FIBA, and where do the majority of the players who play on those American teams, what league do they come from? They come from the NBA. So technically you can consider the NBA championship to be the world champions. You can. Like I said, I see both sides of the story, but that is my one rebuttal to what he's trying to say. He took a shot at the NBA. The NBA players didn't really like it, like American NBA players, because that's our pride. You know, that's those players' pride. And for, you know, decades we have proven that we're the best in the sport. You know, it's sort of like American baseball team, they call it the World Series, but they no longer consider the World Series champion the world champion of the sport, considering that Americans haven't been dominant even in the World Baseball Classic, you know, and even in the Olympics in baseball. So it's like, you know, things are based on results and based on facts to a certain extent. And that's really the whole point of my argument, you know, with my family member concerning it, concerning this argument. But going on to black NHL hockey players, he has this, I used to have a similar view of, you know, anything about possibilities and, you know, being open-minded to the point that you just ignore the facts. Like, as far as pole vaulters, there hasn't been many pole vaulters. I read some information that even for white pole vaulters, it's hard. Even for white coaches and white pole vaulters, it's hard to get the poles. There's a huge there's a huge time investment, and then not only that, you know, it's not a very glamorized, you know, event in track and field. It's also pretty dangerous, dangerous. There's some cultural taboos, stereotypes of black people being afraid of heights, which is why some don't do pole vault. It's not very lucrative. Track and field in general isn't very lucrative unless you're dominant in your sports and you get a lot of endorsements. There's a lot of things that comes into play, but he has the mindset, well, if we put enough resources, money, and training behind it, you know, we feel we can compete with the best in the world. And I think he also stems from the back, you know, I said, you know, your thought may be kind of racist if you feel that, you know, us being black gives us athletic advantage where we feel we can just dominate in any sport we put our mind to. But he was like, well, I was like, yeah, it is, you know, kind of racist to have kind of like that thought process. You know, thinking just because black people was like, you know, African Americans were a whole different breed of black people. It's like we beat other African countries in American sports, even though they're still, you know, black. You know, Africa got black people, parts of Latin America got black people, parts of Europe got black people, and even we kicked their ass in, you know, NBA basketball. So we just have the best players in America. That's just a fact. That's just how it is. It is what it is. It's like, I'm not trying to shit on, you know, international players or anything. There are some good international players. I feel Luka Doncic is probably one of the best international players. You know, you also have that center for the Denver Nuggets. Dang, I forgot that dude's name. You know, he's really good. You know, there are quite a few, you know, solid and pretty good white players in the NBA, but they're definitely outnumbered by the number of very good, outstanding black basketball players in the NBA. That's just facts. You know, that's just not trying to race bait, saying one race is good or the other. That's just a fact. That's just the way it is. So when I looked up more information on black players in hockey, there's only 5 black players in the Hall of Fame, and out of those 5, there's only 2 that I'm familiar with, that I've seen play, that is known for being great. And out of those 5, only one has won a Stanley Cup, and he was a goalie. His name is Grant Fuhrer. The only other one is Jarome Iginla. He played for the Calgary Flames. He's, you know, he had the more glamorous position as a forward, you know, the person scoring the goals and not the goalie. And so he's probably the most internationally known black player in the modern era of hockey, outside of Grant Fuhrer as a goalie. Grant Fuhrer had quite a few records, but a lot of, you know, goalies in the 90s, you know, pushed him out of a lot of the goalie rankings. But he was pretty dominant in his era. I think another thing. I think we only have 5 black players who have won the Stanley Cup. Grant Fuhrer was one of them. So that was interesting. Oh shit, missed that pass. So I'm doing a lot of talking. I might lose this game. Ooh, he almost beat the hell out of my goalie. But yeah, there's not many of us. When I looked at the numbers of representation, like African American players, I think it's only 8%. It represents 8% of the population of players in the NHL, you know, the National Hockey League. So that's not a lot. Oh, good pass. Right now I'm playing my player career, so I'm only controlling my player, not the computer. Minnesota out here trying to win. And so my whole argument, you know, concerning this is like, there's a lot of factors that come into where there's not many African Americans playing hockey. I said, for one, it's socioeconomic, you know, resources. you know, geography, time, and then there's the mindset. It's not the most glamorous sport. It's not the sport where you're going to make hundreds of millions of dollars. There's also a racial stigma a part of it. You know, you're going to become one black player probably on your team. One out of probably 2 black players on your team. Oh, I got that. Nice wrist shot. Goal. And you might be the only black player on your team. And it's like, and there's only like throughout NHL hockey history, there's only been, shoot, very, very few like African American all-stars, let alone superstar players. And the only ones that I can recall is the 2 that I mentioned, Jarome Iginla and Grant Fuhrer. Like, I didn't even know Grant Fuhrer was black until near the end of his career when somebody told me, oh, he's black. I was like, what? I didn't know. I thought he was white. You know, I think he's biracial or something. And then Jarome Iginla, I think he's Grenada, Canada, but it was obvious he was black because he looked black. You know? So it was obvious Jarome Iginla was black. And even when he first got drafted in the league, he was putting up numbers. He's been good for the majority of his career. You know, he's the epitome of an all-star, of a, you know, superstar, you know, NHL player. You know, putting up numbers, you know, 40, you know, 50 goal season, 60, 70 assists a season. You know, putting up numbers, you know, getting, you know, recognized by the international hockey community, not only just American, but the international hockey community as being an all-time great player, which is why he is in the Hall of Fame. And the other 2, one is a woman, surprisingly, and I know there was Willie O'Ree, who was the first black player to play in the NHL, I think back in what 1958, 1968. And I don't think they made the Hall of Fame until posthumously, you know, they were dead. Got another one. Slap shot. And so, with my mindset and the way that I'm thinking, since I'm super observant of things, I have a mindset and philosophy of things just not being for certain people or being for certain individuals, because, you know, facts and numbers don't lie. It's like, even with resources, it's like you have some people where a sport is a part of the culture of that ethnic group or race or country, to where they just have a mental edge.
Well, they developed a nice, comfortable lead, but
to where they just have a mental edge, you know, over whoever they play. And I said it's kind of like with African American basketball players. You know, we had a movie in the 90s called White Man Can't Jump. There's always been a stigma against, you know, white players athletically playing in the NBA. And you know, there's been a few exceptions to the rule where we had a few. I think we had maybe one that I can recall, maybe 1 or 2, 3, maybe 3, because recently we did have a white player win the slam dunk competition. So there's not to say white people can't jump, they can't dunk or whatever, but there is this mental, you know, and racial stigma that got over it. But there's also sort of like that whole mental edge of feeling a certain race or group of people is dominant over another when it comes to a certain sport or certain, you know, I guess career paths or whatever. That certain cultures put certain priorities on certain sports, certain job opportunities, certain career paths than others, and it's for various reasons. And I feel hockey is one of those sports that, even if black people, African Americans, you know, made it a cultural focus to be good at, we would still be like 50 to 60, 70 years behind, you know, culture-wise, and, you know, just that mental aspect of thinking we're better than another group of people in a certain sport than, you know, white people culturally, especially European and Canadians. You know, we were 50 to 60 years behind them, and having the pride for that type of, you know, for that type of sport, and the relevance for that type of sport. So when I say it's just not for us, when I talk about it to him, that's what I'm referring to. It's just not for us, because even if we do put in all the time and the resources as far as being that good at that sport, there's still not going to be many of us getting into the sport, and there's still not going to be not a lot of us dominating in the sport. I said, even if we try to flood it, I said, you still got to deal with the whole, you know, the whole talent gap as well. Like I said, I told him about this one black college hockey player that I thought was very good, and I felt he should get drafted, but he didn't even get drafted. And I don't think I don't know, you could probably say it's because he was black, but I'm like, nah, there's been plenty of African American players who were just really, really good and got into hockey. And it's like, so you can't just say that just because they were black, because black players exist in hockey. But there is a social stigma as far, you know, as the sport, why black players don't get considered as much as a hot white prospect. They would choose a hot white prospect over a black prospect, unless that good and outstanding that they can't be ignored. You're going to have to be in a top 10 percentile. You know, you're going to have to be probably like a top 5 player as an African American hockey player to get, you know, drafted and treated like a top prospect when it comes to hockey. And plus, a lot of players, when it comes to hockey, some are recruited at a very young age, like around 16 or 17 years old. There's been a couple that's been drafted, you know, and played in the NHL as young as 18 and 19 years old. And it's like the whole, since there is that kind of that weird kind of racial bias with hockey, it still applies to basketball and white players in NBA basketball. Like they would probably scout and recruit like a hot African American prospect more so than a white, you know, prospect when it comes to, you know, NBA basketball here in America. You know, so there is that kind of racial bias. It's like you're just going to have to show out and try twice as hard to change people's mind to overcome that racial bias. Now, like I said, there's always exceptions, but they're called exceptions for a reason, because they're not the norm. They're exceptions to the rule. They're an exception to the standards that's already ecstatic. But, you know, my cousin, he just turned 30, so he still has that young man mindset. You know, he's open-minded to the point where it just comes off as just being naive, where it's like, okay, you just don't have like a world view of how things work. And I understand you want to have that Monkey D. Luffy One Piece where it's like, okay, I want to support your dreams, but like I said, if you're not putting in the work, and it's like if a certain group of people are not dominating in a sport, then they're not going to put much time into it, and then other people are not going to put much time into making those people dominant in that sport. Because in life, time is money. Nobody wants to waste their time or beat their head against the wall when they got nothing to show for it. You know, I'm all in support of people trying. You want to try it? Go ahead. It's like, okay, you want to keep trying if it's something you really want to do. I said, but at the end of the day, you're still going to have to put up results. And if you're not putting up results, then you're just wasting your time and everybody else's time. I know that's a bullshit thing to say, but that's just how it is. It's like, unless you truly love for it and you won't be denied, and you make it happen, then more power to you. But if you're not like the best, like if you're not even an all-star or even recognized, then you're just there, you know? You can still have a good career, get recognized, but you're not really inspiring other people to want to do what you want to do. But if you're the first to do it, then yes, you will inspire people like the Jackie, Robinsons, the Willow Rees, the Pioneers. They weren't dominant in the sport when they came into it. But, the being the first to represent, a people or a culture in the sport, then, that's going to inspire others because you broke that glass ceiling. But even when you break that glass ceiling, like with the case of baseball, we still only got what 8.9% of the players are African Americans, and that's not a lot. And we didn't see a lot of African American players until like the 70s and 80s. And then in the 90s, but then it kind of fell off in the 2000s. I remember there was news. I remember reading newspapers and reading articles online about the lack of black people playing baseball. There's like there's a lack of black superstars. It's still I think there was this one player named McClendon who played the Pittsburgh Pirates. He was an African American player that was making the cover of the sports, you know, the MLB baseball games, and he was being known. But now I don't hear too much about him, so I don't know what happened to him. But like I said, I don't follow baseball. The only time I care about baseball was in the 90s. Good save.
And as he stumbles, he coughs up the puck. Here he is, shot right in front, blocked in traffic. Inside the final minute of the first here. Let's it go. Stopped by the goaltender.
And so, like I said, when I say it's not for some people, people take it the wrong way. Like, oh, you're saying that just people can't do it? It's like, no, because it's proven they can. I said, but they're exceptions. They're exceptions to the rule. They're exceptions to the standard. You know, they basically had to bust their ass to earn their spot. You know, it's not just something where just everybody just wants and just everybody can do. And to compete among the best, you know, the best in the world.
New York's got it along the wall. Stopped by the goaltender. Picked up along the boards by Panarin.
Oh, nice shot. Panarin's probably like my best goal scorer. Even though I lead the team in goals with like 140, I think 46 now, 45. I'm breaking all the records during my player season in this game. And I'm using a female player. But I think my only issue is like I just look at the bigger picture of things. I don't just look at just what basic is what in front of my face, because it's easy to make excuses and say whatever, but it also comes down to saying, okay, maybe this just isn't meant, you know, for this culture to be dominant in this sport. It just, maybe it isn't meant to be. It's like you can put all that time and all that work, you can invest all that whatever, but if the people don't want to put the time, don't want to put the focus, don't want to acquire the resources, because like I told my family member, I was like, dude, African Americans, as far as come to sports, we did everything on our own. I said no resources were provided for us. I said, so your argument about resources hold no weight. I said, because we did the Negro Leagues, we didn't have the best equipment. We didn't have the best stuff available to us, but we still made the Negro Leagues. I said we had like in Canada, they had an all-black hockey league, and nobody was really supporting that except for themselves. I was like, and then, you know, our basketball players, you know, we were playing street ball before we got, you know, started going to college, you know, the technical fundamentals of the sport. We self-groomed ourselves to be good at these sports with not too many resources. So the whole resources argument holds no weight, in my opinion, when it comes to, you know, the major American sports.
And the official seems about ready to drop the puck on period.
You know, there's also geography involved, but even then, it's like it's just not meant to be. If there's no effort on the people involved, and if there's, even when we do send our best representations to these sports, and they're not exactly dominating the league, and there's not enough of us dominating the league to where we see any profitability, any exposure, any popularity, then not many of us is going to take the time or be invested, you know, in the sport enough to want to just missed, to want to invest the time and the effort. It's like another good example was Tiger Woods. I say Tiger Woods was just an exception because, you know, we had black golfers, but never any of them dominated. He was just a once-in-a-generation dominant talent in the sport overall who just happened to be black and Asian. But we haven't had, you know, many black people playing golf. I know we had more black people trying to play golf. When Tiger Woods came on the scene, he inspired quite a few African Americans and quite a few Asians to get into golf, but it didn't get many black people into golf. It didn't get many black people into golf. It didn't, you know. Same thing applied to soccer. We had, you know, black soccer players. One was Kobe Jones, but he didn't make so huge of an impact that it just made black people to want to go out and play soccer. Even though I know plenty of black people, you know, in school. My cousin, I have a cousin who played soccer, like semi-pro professional soccer, and he was pretty good. Even played college for Santa Clara, semi-pro. He even played on teams that warm up like a Brazilian World Cup team. He got all their autographs on the jersey. He was like the only like player who scored on I think a 1993, I think it was 94 Brazilian World Cup team in a scrimmage game, and I think his team lost like 6-7-1. But he was the only one that scored their goal. So like I said, it's just some sports are not meant for some cultures and people, and there's no shame in that. There's no shame in that whatsoever. That's just looking at the reality of the situation. That's just reality. Because like I said nothing can beat facts and numbers. Nothing. I said you can make the whole argument saying you don't believe that, or you feel, you know, anything is possible. I said, but you have to prove it's possible. You have to prove it. You have to prove it's possible. Not saying it is not going to mean anything. You have to prove it. And based on the results, you know, as far as the NHL, there has not been many African American players, and there have not been many who dominated in the history of the league. And that's facts. Those are facts. That's the truth. That's an undeniable, unarguable truth. You can't debate against that. It is what it is. You know, just like you can, you know, say the same things with, you know, white players in sports that black people dominate. You know, that's been dominating, you know, the past 30 or 40 years. It's like even still to this day, people consider like Larry Bird like the best like white American NBA player ever, like all time. He got the chips to prove it. He got the numbers to prove it. So. And now it's over to D'Angelo. Receives the pass. There you go. I didn't score that. I think my defenseman did. It's just is what it is. So we had a very heated discussion where he's just trying to, you know, he's picking a side. I look at all sides. It's like I see where he's coming from, because I used to feel the same way. You know, you look at the possibilities, but then when you look at the reality and you look at the numbers and the history of these, you know, professional sports league and the sports, yeah. Possibilities does not trump reality. It doesn't. Possibilities only inspire people to do what they want to do, but people still have to put up or shut up. They still have to prove it. You know, you still gotta go in there. You gotta put in the work. You gotta get the accolades. You gotta prove that you're the best in that sport. And it would take many of us. At least the league would have to be made of probably, if hockey, with NHL or the poly, we would have to be at least 30% of us, like 30% of NHL players are black, to get black people culturally to accept hockey as a viable sport. Not only do we have to have 30% of the players being black, half of those players would have to be really, really good. At least all-star caliber. Maybe not superstars, but good to all-star caliber players for us to, you know, for black people to culturally acknowledge. Ooh, he could have scored that. Of hockey being a viable option to which culturally we would invest in financially as a culture. We would invest in our youth to playing, you know, as a sport. And then even then, like many European, white, and Canadian players will still have that mental edge, you know, over black players, since, you know, it's been, you know, it's been culturally established as being a dominant sport in their culture for decades. You know, you're looking at 50, 60, 70 years, 100 or 100 years. Over 100 years of being a part of their cultural makeup of their country, that sport. It's not just something you could just the black community, African American community could just jump on a bandwagon and say, oh, we're going to be fully invested in making this a sport that we feel we could be dominant and good in, and expect, you know, instant results within like 10 years. No, it's going to take decades.
Nice zone entry on the left side.
You know, but they're all bad players, you know, who are in the NHL, who are good all-stars and things like that. Like I said, we have 5 in the Hall of Fame, but that's 5 out of hundreds. Well, thousands of players. So, yeah, facts don't lie. Facts do not lie. And the same thing applied to his whole pole vaulting argument, saying, you know, if we had more people training and coaches. And when I read this Reddit, there was even white coaches that saying even for white coaches it's hard to get the resources and the financial support even to train white pole vaulters, you know, in programs. And even black pole vaulters even state how hard it is and how they're not really supported, how they lack, you know, resources and the time invested, the practice invested, how they're not treated as fairly as any of their track mates on the team in terms of, you know, coaching and resources getting invested, you know, into training them.
Second period nearly in the books here. Works it across to Erickson.
So if it's hard for even white athletes to even stay involved in the sport, to be great at it, it looks like it's 3 times as hard, 4 times as hard for a person of color to be a pole vaulter. I'm talking about on the world competitive level, not just national, states, or high school level or college level. I'm talking about on the world competitive level, where you are getting paid and being internationally known for being the top of the sport. We only had one black pole vaulter, and he got the silver medal in the 2000 Olympics. So that ought to tell you something. That was back in 1992. He was the first, and I believe the only, African-American pole vaulting medalist. He got the silver medal in 1992. And I think that's an accomplishment in and of itself. And I could have sworn back in the 80s we had quite a few, but I guess there was no results. They didn't do well enough to place, or they weren't good enough to even be considered even world class. I even tried to Google like 1980s African American pole vaulters. There was nothing on Google concerning these athletes. Nothing. It's like if you didn't win a medal, you were a nobody when it came to pole vaulting if you didn't medal. Oh, perfect pass. I'm surprised that got through. That was like on the dime. Perfect. Shoot, if I didn't have such a good season scoring goals, he would probably be leading the team in goals right now. He is a much better goal scorer than me, even though I lead the team in goals. But that's because he can score so many ways, more so than I can.
The Rangers have been whipping their opponents all night long, and it continues
But
here.
yeah, we are just beating the shit out of this team right now.
As you can possibly imagine. There's really nothing to say behind their bench right now.
And it's a quick pass to Buchnevich. Shot, and that one's turned away.
I don't know, I'm just at that age where it's like, I'm more of a realist more than anything. I look at the reality of stuff. I'm not too much of the possibilities anymore, because unless you make things possible, then they're just that, possibilities. In order to make them reality, you got to make them possible.
Quick pass to Slapshot.
You need results. People are all about results. Not about shoulda, coulda, wouldas. It's not about what ifs. It's about, has it been done before, and can it be done consistently? Has it been done consistently? You know, it's all about results. That's just the reality of the situation.
The Rangers gain possession of the puck here in the offensive end. Kind of lost control for a second there, but
Oh, he blocked my shit. I try to really stuff it in there.
Quick feed to Greenway.
Get that shit out of here.
The Rangers have it now. Moves it quickly over to Trouba.
That's that shit, man.
And now he moves it quickly to Slapshot. They've got denies him in front. Minnesota's playing it through center. Unloads one. Denies him with the save. Shesterkin's got the puck, and he elects to.
So that's pretty much for my rant.
Now we're in the third period, James. It's pretty safe to say he's been on top of his game tonight.
My rant about the whole situation. Let me know what you guys think. I'm sure most black people, they would probably think probably the same way my family member thinks. It's like, oh, you're just trying to hate on us and it's impossible. It's like, well, look, we physically dominate in this sport. This sport is like, yeah, like 2 or 3 sports, that's about it. Anything they did with running, catching, shooting, you know, with our hands and feet. But when it comes to where we're using something, when we're holding a stick in our hands and you put our asses on skates, you know, that is a whole different story. That's a whole different skill set. You know, that's just mastering the skating and holding a stick and maintaining a puck on your stick is a whole different skill set. You know, it's like only a handful of people on the planet can do that and play at a top level in a very physical sports where there's constant physical contact.
The Rangers have been the aggressor offensively tonight as they continue to lead in the third. Minnesota's got it, and they're on the attack. Stopped by the goaltender.
It's like, I'm not saying black people can't skate. And I'm saying, you know, black hockey players don't exist, because they do. They've been existing for over 100 years. It's just one of those sports, especially here in America, that African Americans really don't have pride in or want to take the time to play and really be good at, as far as here in the United States. It's not our national pastime. It really isn't. Even though we have an NHL with American teams, it is not our national pastime. It's baseball, not even that too much anymore, but basketball, football, you know, those are national pastimes. That's just the way it is. There we go. I think that's my 3rd goal of the game. I think that's almost hat trick number, what, 27, 28 for the season? Got my 3rd goal. Hat trick.
Not many goals scored on the slapper anymore. I guess just
I think I've been scoring that way in hockey games since NHL 2004, which I need to get a new copy of because my own disc version can no longer be read in my original Xbox. Try to fire it up like a week ago and it wouldn't work. I was bad. So now I got to get another copy of NHL 2004.
Well, just recently, I think, James, I was kind of impressed that the coach went down as the rookie came off the ice and he gave her some acknowledgement on the way that she's played this game. He has given her a couple of challenges, and She's met every one of them tonight.
New York's taken a playbook out of the Ray Ferraro school of hockey.
Let's see if I can get 350 points
Man,
in my rookie season. I already broke all-time rookie records as far as goals, assists, and points. Crazy thing is, this Ranger squad is pretty good even without me. Our goalie is up for the Calder Trophy along with me. He's second place. I'm first place. I'm trying to get him to shut out. Got 10 minutes. Hopefully I don't jinx it. I don't know if he's going to break that 15 shutouts in a rookie season.
New York's got the puck along the wall. Through the open ice, they're
We're
picking up
trying.
steam.
Oh, he tried to get me. He's trying to guard that point. Oh, he did. Good defenseman. Oh, if he would have scored that, my coach would have been pissed. Not only did I turn the puck over, but they got the puck on a breakaway and almost scored. My coach would still be pissed.
The Rangers offense has been the story tonight as they continue to lead big time in the third. Minnesota's won the draw. Puck picked up by Brodin. Off a stick. Quick feed to Slapshot. It's a 2-on-1. Slice it across.
There you go. There's another assist. I think Panarin got a hat trick too. Yep. I'm just scoring goals and dishing dimes. I think that's a 6-point game, maybe a 7-point game.
Usually more conservative killing penalties than this.
Bing.
They make a mistake, now they give up the man advantage break. The power play doesn't miss on the rush.
Did the goalie? I hope the goalie didn't get injured. I hope I didn't hurt him. Oh, I did kind of skate over his head.
New York's only continued to extend the lead here in the third.
But my goal with this player is to just play up my contract. I am probably the most underpaid,
Scooped up by Brodin.
all-time great rookie hockey player of all time.
Fails to find the open man. There's the whistle. Offside is the call, stopping the play.
So even some rookies on my team get paid more than my player does. So it's like I'm gonna just rack up numbers, try to get 3 Stanley Cups before I go to free agency and sign with my hometown team, the San Jose Sharks. That's my goal with my player. Since New York drafted
The setters will glide into the dot.
first female player in the modern NHL,
Puck is dropped and we are back
I'm gonna play out my contract. I'm not gonna ask to be traded.
Got it along the wing. Deflected away. Nice defensive
I'm just
use of
gonna
the
play
stick there.
my contract and
New
then
York's moving it up the ice. Looking to make something happen along the boards.
go out by a free agency.
And now it's grabbed by Buchnevich.
I hate it when they hold your stick in this game. They hold your stick.
Now a quick pass to Brodin. Slides it across to Johansson. Takes the pass from the left wing.
Oh, I left it open. That's my fault.
Denies
There we
him
go.
in close.
But he came out and challenged
Came back
for
on the
good
play
save.
though.
Loses possession after he takes a little hit.
Thank you.
The Rangers carry it along the wall. Here's a shot, and the traffic
Tried to test my
neutralizes that
backhand.
threat. Moves it to Johansson.
Horrible backhand. Let me get back on this bench because my coach is like, you out there too long. Get on this bench.
Great save. Pass back to the point. Moves into the slot.
Get back on that bench.
Minnesota's got the puck. Sends a pass over. The Rangers get a hold of the puck. Here's a short pass to Forbort. New York's across the blue line. Here's a blast.
There's another one. There's my 4th goal.
Well, there's nothing else to say.
Bang.
What a night for her. From the moment she stepped into the arena,
Bang.
everything has gone well for her. This is a great game. He's probably got about 2 seconds from the time that puck's delivered to find it. He can't see it, so he drops into the butterfly and hopes it hits him.
Man, I miss playing with those freaking Canadians and these other dudes from, I don't know, I think they were from Finland who I was playing against like in league games when I was playing this game hardcore. They loved having me on the team. I did mostly passing, but I did score some goals here and there. And plus this player, even though she still isn't maxed out, I only got her like as an 88. When I was playing with them, I was only like an 83, 84.
They've stretched the lead out into a really comfortable margin.
Still dishing out dimes.
Stopped by the goaltender.
I like the goalie's positioning here. He was aggressive enough to make a save on a dangerous chance.
Give me
New
that.
York's got it in their own zone.
We out here trying to forecheck.
Shots picking up steam.
Oh, he got me.
Down and gets control of it once
He
again.
tried to pace me against the wall. Going in.
Hammers it on
Oh,
net.
blocked that.
Stop as he puts out the fire. Stalock's on top of the puck, and that'll stop the play.
Pretty conservative play here, James.
See, last game I saw my first fight on my team. I got hit, and then my teammate, my defenseman, came and started fighting the guy that hit my player. They're finally seeing me as a superstar. They're protecting me now. You don't go in hockey. That's why they got enforcers. They stop players from trying to tee off on your superstar.
Inside the offensive
Board. I'm sorry, goalie. We got less than 50 seconds to hope to get this shutout for you. Let's make it happen. Let's get that shutout.
A lot of scoring chances, and they lead it late in this third period. Shesterkin's gonna slow things down and opts for the whistle.
He's had a really good night. He's been on top of his game, and there's not been much that's given him trouble.
I don't know why my coach put me at face-offs. I suck at face-offs. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the fact that it's helped me boost up my face-off stats. But yeah, my character face-off rating is not very good. And I believe this game is over. I don't think he's gonna have me back on the ice. Yep, game is over. We got the shutout. Had a great game. I think I had 4 goals, 3 or 4 assists. Those are crazy numbers in a hockey game.
Hooray, Ferraro. My name is James Cybulski. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. Have a great night.
My goal is to get at least 350 points. But I'm so tempted to just simulate these last, what, 10, 11 games of the season and get right to the playoffs. I could, but anything can happen. I could get injured. Didn't even play the game and get injured. Or she won't put up good numbers, which has happened. I think, like two of our ties, one of our ties and one of our losses were games that I accidentally simulated and didn't play. So he had a 3-goal, 3-assist, and 3-hit game. He had that, what do they call that? No, he had to get a fight when you have like 3 goals. Was it 3 goals, a fight, and something else? You get the Gordie Howe hat trick. You got to get 3 goals, a fight, and I forgot what the other stat was to have the Gordie Howe hat trick. Yeah, just dropping biscuits, serving them up. Hey, Sleep Tight is on. I told Sleep Tight that when he played the hockey game, he should have picked a position player instead of picking a goalie. But he chose a goalie. He's not even familiar with hockey games or nothing, and then he's like, oh, I want to be different. I want to play goalie. He gave up, what, 9 goals his first game and gave up 14 in another game. So they made him a backup. Made his goalie a backup, and I told him, I was like, yeah. He's like, why am I not playing any games? I said, because you're a backup. That means you're only be playing like maybe 12 to 15 games a season. So you might get 20 if you're lucky.
Around the league as we check in on some of the scores. The blue shirts took to the ice for a collision.
You're
with
better
the
off
Wild.
picking a position,
The New York
defenseman or a
Rangers
forward.
game going in, they back it up
But
with a
you
clean
chose
sheet
goalie. I'm
shutout
like,
win.
man, why you
Nice goal
chose
by the rookie
goalie?
in the victory. Here's how she made it happen.
Out of all the positions, when you first want to play a hockey game, you choose goalie.
The rookie capitalizes on the chance
I even
to
told a
score.
friend who doesn't even follow the sport, and he was like, isn't goalie the hardest position to play? I'm like, yep, exactly.
Dogfight on the road against the Senators. Toronto pulverizes their
Exactly.
opponents with a big offensive effort. The Capitals had an on-ice collision with the Lightning. Tampa
It's
too
all right.
much to
At
handle with a
88.
shootout, and they get the win. Don't go
That game
anywhere.
took
We've got
about
much more here on the show.
probably like 40-something minutes. Ooh, Detroit Red Wings. Back in the 90s, Detroit Red Wings was a freaking dynasty almost. I think they won at least three Stanley Cups in the 90s, 2 or 3.
Let's take a look around the league and some of the final scores
Until
out
the
there
Colorado
tonight.
Avalanche
The
came
Jets
along, and then the
faced off with
Colorado
the
Avalanche, I
Kings.
think, won 2 or
Winnipeg
3.
played a complete game in this one,
90s
and
was
easily
great
get
for
the
hockey.
regulation win. The Yotes were
Great
hoping
for
to
all
play spoiler
sports,
against the
pretty
Lightning.
much.
Tampa Bay toasted the opposition with a big goal-scoring night.
I think that was the last time where the sports card market was very stable and very good. Like if you collect sports cards, yeah, the 90s was a very good time to be a sports card collector. The only bad thing is, since they printed so many sports cards, a lot of those cards ain't worth shit. A lot of those cards are not worth a lot of money, which is sad, because there were quite a few good rookies in those years. And some of those rookies haven't made the Hall of Fame yet. Some of them did, not many. Uh-oh, I thought my game crashed for a second. Because I still got some hockey cards of rookies that are Hall of Famers. I looked at the value for them. They only go for like $1 or $2 on eBay. And it's like, man, that's it? For a Sergei Fedorov rookie or a Pavel Bure or some of these, like, especially Sergei Fedorov, he's like an all-time great. They got a Steve Yzerman from Detroit Red Wings, like Yzerman, Fedorov were the dogs in Detroit back in the 90s. And the rookie cards I got ain't worth shit. Those guys are Hall of Famers. Dude, I got a Wayne Gretzky card when he played for the LA Kings. I think, and it's not even a rookie card. I think he was already in the league for like 13, 14 seasons. And that card is worth more than my rookie cards. Because I think he ended his career in New York for the Rangers. Playing with Mark Messier. Oh shit, Detroit, oh, they playing for real right now. I don't know who's on this squad. Don't really care, because I am going to do my best to beat them.
Nice pass. The Rangers take it across the blue line.
Skirt.
Hammers it on.
Oh, there were too many people there crowded that net. They do not want me getting a shot through.
Takes the feed up ahead.
They got that setup where they clog up the frickin' the crease. Oh, good pass. That was almost a goal, boy. Hey, just like in the basketball games, if you make a call for a pass, like a bad pass, you gonna get faulted for it. Dang, they are really making it hard for us to get up into the offensive zone.
Here he is, wristed on net, stopped by the goaltender. New York's gained possession. Puck picked up by Buchnevich.
Oh God, why did you pass that? I know you tried to give me the puck, but damn, bro. That was a bad pass.
The Red Wings gain possession along the wall. New York's got a hold of the puck.
Man, they are trapping. Oh, Buchnevich, you over here trying to be fancy with your stick handling. You turning the puck over, man. Pass the puck. There you go, good pass. What you got? Oh, good pass. But they are clogging up the crease. They are really clogging up. Yeah, they are forechecking like hell. They play like I would nothing to lose. They got a losing record. They know if they get this win, it's an upset. He wish he had that many goals. That's a glitch in this game. Anytime you have these weird player matchups, they try to even up the stats. They try to make it fair. But no, we know Dylan Larkin ain't got no 146 goals.
I'm going to take a look at these two tonight, and I'll tell you who makes a bigger impact by the end of the night for the Razor's Edge.
Still lots of time left here in this frame. We're still scoreless. Play set to resume with the face-off ready to go. The Rangers win the draw here in the
I
neutral
want to
zone.
face off. I'm
Panarin's
shocked.
going to play it against the half wall. What a steal in his own end. And they'll dump it in. The
Yeah, they
Rangers
are
gain
dumping and
control of the
chasing,
puck
boy.
against the wall.
Trying to forecheck the shit out of
New
us.
York's in transition.
Good pass.
The Rangers looking against the half wall. Shot from the point.
There it is. Bang.
Scores the Rangers.
Bang. I've maxed out like my slap shot power and accuracy. And I nicknamed her slap shot. That's all she scores on. Just slap shots. Except for that wrist shot last game.
This thing beats him cleanly. He never saw it.
Yeah. Bink. Got the lead. 1-0.
Still a razor-thin margin. You've got the one-goal lead, but it's not like you're comfortable yet.
Slap shots won the draw here in the neutral zone. De Kaiser's got it against the boards. Rips it. What a save. He'll probably feel that one tomorrow.
Oh yeah, you can feel that one. I got a cannon.
More than half the period has expired. New York's ahead 1-0. Slap shots won the draw.
Man, I am dominating this face-off line.
Wrestling in front. Save made by the goalie.
Really sharp. Never loses sight of the puck to make the second
He's
save.
lucky he glove saved that.
Slow things down and get a whistle.
It's a good choice for him. It looks like the team is starting to become unraveled.
Try to get to goal 150.
New York's up here in the first, and they could easily be up by more based on what they've done offensively. Quick pass over to Panarin. New York's gained possession along the boards. And look at this, a 3-on-1.
There it is. There's another assist.
Does it again.
Every time they look for a goal, he
Push
seems to be around.
Babich.
That's 25 this season.
I'm turning this guy probably to a 30-goal scorer for this season over. He got 25th. 25th goal of the season.
It's a bad decision by the other
Dude,
team.
I be turning my teammates into all-time greats with these passes.
This is a beauty.
The Rangers double to their lead. Now it's 2-0.
Really good play by them as they get out to the forecheck again. They generate some more. And that second one is a little bit of a cushion.
Chase right in front.
Oh
Turns
shit,
it away.
we got that rebound.
Moves it to Panarin. Here's a chance. Sends it across. Wrist shot from the slot.
block
Can't
that.
get it to go. Keeps hold of the puck. Here's a short pass to De Kaiser.
Oh,
The
what are
Red
you
Wings
doing,
scoop it up along
man?
the boards.
When I give you the puck, I don't expect you to turn the
Into
puck
the
over.
corner now. On the doorstep.
Oh my God,
He
oh,
scores.
that was my fault. I'm gonna put that one on me. I should have put myself in the middle of the crease. Why is Ovechkin on Detroit, or is this a different Ovechkin? Shoot, last game we had an Ovechkin on the Edmonton Oilers.
You don't have much time to think about it.
Ovechkins are in the NFL, NHL.
Late goings of this period.
Damn, that was
The
my
Red Wings
fault.
have answered back
I'll
in these
put that
last
one
few
on me.
minutes,
I
but
should have
still
covered
need
that
one more to
crease.
even the score. And now it's
I should have
grabbed by
covered that
D'Angelo.
crease a lot better.
Puck grab by Buchnevich. Denies him in front.
Oh, he snaps the glove save off there. Excellent chance in the slot. His ability to create in several different ways makes him tough to handle.
Dang, Buchnevich got 82 points. He's in the top 10.
New York's got
points?
the lead here late in this first period.
I'm making my teammates all-stars.
Officials getting ready to drop the puck. Puck possession so key in today's
And then the
game.
other guy who was on our first scoring line before he got injured, he got like hella goals. He got over 100 and something points this season when we were playing with him on the line. Shoot, it was like the top scoring line ever in terms of points. But the coach was like, nah, we got to distribute the talent. We're too top heavy.
Fabry's won it in their own end.
We need to distribute the talent.
Handles the puck.
Oh, he held my
Taken by
stick.
Buchnevich. Shot. Oh,
See, in basketball, that would have been called a foul, but in hockey, no. Unless they trip me or try to knock my head off with the stick, then they'll get a penalty. Look at that, plus minus 310. That is ridiculous. That means I score more often than I give up goals.
Larkins won the face-off.
And nobody's going to have that plus minus ever. Ever. Nice defense. Oh, period in it.
Both teams strike offensively as period number 1 comes to an end.
Dang, Bertuzzi? This might be another Bertuzzi though. I know there was a Todd Bertuzzi that played in the late 90s, early 2000s who was really good. Could be the same Bertuzzi. But if that's the case, his ass is old as dirt. He is old. Shoot, some hockey players play into their 40s.
Along with Ray Ferraro between the benches, I'm James Cebulski. Period number 2 is about to get underway. Puck picked up by Merrill. Slides the pass over to Slapshot. Great chance in front.
Oh, I passed it behind him.
And now he angles it across to Trouba. Unleashes a cannon.
I think it bounced off. Did I get that? Oh, I thought I scored. Oh, I guess I didn't. I thought that went in. I thought it bounced off the skate and went in the net. I thought that bounced off the skate and went in the net. I guess it went out of bounds.
Fantastic hockey game that has got all kinds of pace and is not going to spread out. I mean, eventually somebody will come out on top here, but the coaches are talking to the players, and I thought, really interestingly, in particular to the rookie, about continuing the play, not getting
tied up here saying let's go. It could be the chat glitching, and it's just repeating what he typed earlier, which happens.
Takes the feed. With possession along the wall. Comes up with the block.
Oh.
Absolutely fearless.
Whew.
Trouba's play style can be described as a car crash.
Oh, I lead the team in hits too? Damn. Like me and Trouba, we lead the team in hits in the league, 1 and 2.
Larkins won the face-off deep inside the offensive zone. Here's a chance to set up now. Blocker save. Good save.
Yeah, these guys are aggressive out here.
Puck scooped up by Panarin. The Red Wings have it against the wall. The Rangers pick up the
I just
puck here
avoided
in
being
neutral zone.
offsides.
And he makes the save. Quick pass to Mantha. Great pass from off the right side. The Rangers look to start the transition game. Across the line and on the attack.
Yeah, they all collapse into the crease. He blocked that.
Traffic in the lane. Manages to hang on. Receives the pass.
Good shot.
And now it's grabbed by Ronick.
Get in the bench for the coach having his fit. Not my best game so far. Defensively and team play is not very good right now. Not very good. Oh, we got a goal. Who scored?
The Rangers have
They
been
won't
the
say
better
who
team,
scored.
leading in the shot department, and they lead it on the scoreboard. Play resumes here as he wins the draw inside the offensive zone. The Rangers get a hold of the puck in their own end. Quick feed to Buchnevich. Shot! Oh, he got paddled by Grice.
Man, 192 assists. Let's see if we can get 200 assists and 150 goals on the season.
New York's got a 3-1 lead. The frozen biscuits dropped, and we are back underway here. Moves it quickly over to Bertuzzi. Oh, smart heads up play to poke that one away. Sends it quickly to Panarin. Moves it quickly. Oh, how did he keep that one out? What a save. Gains the zone from the right. And a penalty coming up as the official blows the play again.
Who tripped who?
The Rangers will lose a man tripping the call.
Oh, he tripped him.
Frustrating penalty to take. There's really no
Yeah, he
aggression to it.
tripped
You're
him.
trying to steal the puck, but you end up clipping the guy down.
Detroit sending their power play unit out for the first time tonight.
2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 9 minutes, 8 seconds.
Past the midway mark in this period, New York's got a 3-1 lead as they have dominated for the most part in this. The Rangers
Every
win the
team plays
draw.
differently. I gotta
Randall
adjust.
on the
See,
board
last
by
game,
DeKaiser.
I just abused that team's
Slap
defense,
shot's
but
got
in
into
this
the
game, nah, their
defensive zone.
defense is pretty tight.
Puck grab by
They are
Panarin.
covering the crease
And now he moves it to Buchnevich.
very well.
Simple
Who's
stop by
Davis, man?
Price.
He keep turning the puck over.
Detroit's got a hold of it
Huh.
along the wall.
Knocked him on his
They're
ass.
looking to make something happen through the neutral zone now. Nice poke check. New York's got it against the boards. Snaps one from the slot, and he misses. Did that go off something?
I don't
Bitch.
think so, but this
You
misses the
get off
net
the
by a
puck, too.
considerable margin.
Moves it to slap shot.
There we go. Got the goal. I got the assist.
He's got his second goal of the game. This is
Shot
a
it,
good
and then
evening for
we
him.
got the rebound. Got the rebound goal. Put it in net. I'll take that. I'll take that assist. Got 2 really good hits. It's a second goal. Popovich, whatever how you pronounce it.
That's pretty cool right there. The puck
That's what happens when you're
pops up
aggressive on the
into the air, and even
forecheck.
amongst all the players, he keeps his eye trained on the puck, and he's able to bunt it out of midair into the net.
New York's brought their offensive A game here in this, and it's only the second.
I think that's probably the bad news for the other team. It's
Oh,
still
they
the
scored
second
again?
period, as you mentioned. They've dominated this game start to finish.
Quick pass across to Fabry. Big play inside the defensive zone. Along the right wing, they enter the attacking area. Can't catch up to the pass.
Buchnevich is able to take that quick pass. He's already got a couple of goals. He's looking for a third.
Oh, that was violent.
Oh,
That's a
how did you
big
turn the
hit,
puck
and
over,
it
man?
jars
After I
right
made
to the
that
core when you
devastating
get
hit.
like that.
Jabs the puck away. Through center along the wing. Here's a short pass to Buchnevich.
Oh, I should have passed it. I had a good pass.
Quick shot, just wide.
They say it's a game of inches, James. If that puck is a couple of inches to the side, that hits the post and goes in.
The Rangers gain possession along the wall. New York's in now. Pass right on the doorstep, and that one's broken up. And the puck stopper jumps on top of it to get a stoppage in play.
Wow, did that sound like it hurts?
Yeah, I'm just
crash
hitting
somebody
fools right
against
now.
the boards
Oh.
like that, and there's nowhere to go.
New York's up for good reason.
They're
They have
hitting
been the
people
more
on their
complete team
ass.
offensively, which is why they lead late in the second. Slides the puck to Buchnevich. Slides it to Panarin. The goalie, and will
Oh,
play
he
on
almost
as it
scored
goes
that.
off the outside of the post. Puck possession so critical. Another face-off coming up here. Puck is dropped and he wins the draw here in the defensive zone. Up along the wall on the right side and into the attacking area. Sends the pass over and makes the save.
Oh, he
A chance
held
from
me.
the slot. Big stop by the keeper.
Took the puck from me.
Period number 2 is in the books. There's been no shortage of offense tonight.
Your donations have made it possible for kids in need to see their heroes live from our Tickets for Kids luxury box. Thank you for your
The third period is just around the corner. Ray and I will bring you all the action in a moment.
Gotta continue the pressure.
They're ready to drop the puck on period number 3. He's Ray Ferraro. I'm James Cybulski. Let's do this. Here we go. Put up or shut up for both teams here in this third period. We are underway. Once again, I'll send it back down to my broadcast partner, Ray Ferraro, who is at ringside. Ray, we've got 2 periods played. How do you see this thing?
New York's ahead in this high-chance, high-danger game. No use changing the way you're going to play now.
Off the left wing and into center. Here's the pass.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Slides the puck over. Moves right to the middle. Wrist shot from the slot. Big save. Grice decides that it's time to breathe for a moment here.
For him or for his team, he's been busy tonight, and in a close game, you want to make sure that you're focused in on the next play.
The Rangers lead this one early in the 3rd period. They have been the more aggressive team offensively with the lead in the shot department. Quick pass to Buchnevich. The Rangers working around near the back end. And that goes off a player.
Oh, how did he
use of the paddle on that one.
lose that puck? Oh, get
And a
that
poke
shit out
check
of
knocks
here.
the puck away. Nice zone entry from the left. With the blast. And that shot dies in traffic. Quick feed to Strome. Good heads-up play in the defensive zone.
God damn it. There's
Taken
a
by
fucking
Merrill.
moth in here and it keeps flying in my
Back
face.
to the blue line. Snaps one here in the slot. Puck picked up by Strome. Denies that opportunity.
This is a quality
Why is
chance
my
that the
defense's
goaltender
grade
turns
so
aside.
low?
Right from the
I've been
slot.
poke checking and checking the shit out of people this whole game.
The Rangers continue to lead here in this 3rd period. They've been the busier team offensively.
Probably because of the
New York's
turnovers.
got it, and they're on the attack. Moves it quickly over to Panarin. Moves the puck. Gets a piece of it with the glove. Detroit's got the puck along the boards. They'll want to clear the zone here while they're trying to kill off this penalty.
Oh, hey, what is up with this
The
fly?
Rangers have it behind the
This fly is
cage.
relentless.
Moves it to slap shot. Passes right to the front. Great stop by Grice. Denies him again. Scooped up along the wall by Panarin. Here's a blast. Great
Oh, it got
save
tipped.
by the goaltender to get a pad on that one. Keeping the puck out of the net. There's the whistle, and this power play will come to an end as another man's off to the box. Panarin's getting called for slashing.
Far tighter standard than it used to be on this penalty, and that was a pretty clear penalty.
Game's better for it, though, Ray.
I guess, sure.
And on the heels of that call, we get ourselves a little 4-on-4 on the ice.
I think the best strategy is to be aggressive on the 4-on-4. Don't wait for the other guys to make a mistake.
Slides the puck across to D'Angelo. Sends it over. That goes wide.
You don't get the puck dead center very often. He's got to capitalize.
You wonder-
There we go. Got another assist off a rebound.
Shots on the rebound and
Perfect.
buries it.
Dang, that's just his 2nd goal of the season?
Goalie burps up this rebound here. It comes right back into the shooting area, and the rebound is put away.
The Rangers have not stopped the firepower display tonight. You impressed down there?
It's like they're going downhill the whole game. Their opponent hasn't been able to keep up at any level tonight.
Here's a short pass to Larkin. Nowhere for that shot to go through. Sends a pass over. They've got the defense outnumbered. Slides it across. Made the save on the play. New York's got the puck against the half wall. Wrist one.
There we go.
Scores. It's in the back of the net.
Now you just stop
Another
thinking
wrist
about
shot.
the first goal. Now you got another. That's 30 seconds apart.
What is Kodo is the new team? That 2nd goal for the game.
No loss here. This is one-sided now.
Yeah, it's not
2
gonna
more
end
goals
quick
to
enough for them
150,
either.
folks.
They are getting hammered. When you get into this position, that puck's got to be off your stick in a hurry. You don't have much time to think about it.
Been a pretty good night for the rookie, and it seems like she's getting a little pat on the back there.
Yeah, it's nice to get some positive reinforcement, and the coaches have just given it to her as she's really played a fantastic game tonight. She
Yep.
deserves this.
Another goalie.
Detroit's
Take it
going
off
to
the
make a
game.
change in goal.
I'm not so sure the guy coming into the game is going to feel so excited. Their team has just been destroyed tonight.
Yep.
The Rangers have been enjoying Pad the Stat night here. It's been going all
Shoot,
night
Pat the
long
State
here,
night
even in
is
the
like
third.
every night with this
They
team.
came to play tonight. They have not let their opponent breathe, and it has been a dominating performance.
New York's got the puck against the boards. And there's a shot.
There's a hat trick.
Listen to this play.
Bang.
Come the Hats. I love this tradition.
149. Will I get 150 tonight? They goalie just got put in the game and got scored on.
What am I going to do? I'm not wearing somebody else's hat.
Oh, just a score one for me. Oh, here goes the hats on the ice.
I think this goalie's going to look up at the clock and see just exactly how much time is melted away. It's going from bad to worse for these guys.
I feel bad for that goalie. He just came in the game.
Ray Ferraro's between the benches. They've been the better
Coach
team
is
here
like,
tonight,
put
it seems,
your
to this
foot
point.
on their neck.
I think that's pretty clear, James.
Do not let
the
up.
pace of the game has been all in their favor, and the coaches are just reminding the players, and not surprisingly the rookie in particular, about continuing this game to the end. Don't take your foot off the gas yet.
Puck scooped up by Ronick. Maintains possession.
Take your silk.
Detroit's got it along the wall. Lets the wrister go. Played big in the moment there.
Shesterkin's been sharp stopping the puck tonight. He's got a really good save percentage, and his team's done a good job at the offensive zone as well.
The Red Wings win it. Taken along the wall by Cholowski. Good defensive effort to poke it away. Coming down the left, all alone. The Red Wings penalty is expired. Denies him.
Oh, excellent stop by the
Try to get it up to you, man. I'm sorry. I tried to pass it to you. I couldn't get the angle right. Couldn't aim it to you. I also didn't know if you were really over there. Dang, why is my defense so poor? I've been playing great on defense. Got a C+. See, I'm playing great on
Who
defense.
the next team is on the
Within the
dock.
room?
Oh yeah, they just play the game that's in front of them.
Slides it over with pace to Bushnevich. New York's got it across the line. Let's send it back down between the
Davis,
benches.
he be
Ray
just
Ferraro
turning the
gets
puck
us the
over
answer
all
to
the
Razor's
time.
edge.
Slap shot's
That's my
gonna win
only
lots of
issue with
awards, I'll
them.
tell you by the time the career is over. And if I have her in the Razor's Edge spotlight a lot, and she plays like she did tonight, she's going to have a lot of those too. Excellent game for her.
Here's an
Ooh,
on-man
ref.
rush. Fires it.
Oh,
Brilliant save
thought I was
by
going to get
the
150.
New York's laying a pounding on the opposition tonight, generating numerous scoring chances and converting on what feels like almost all of them. And as the puck is dropped, they win the draw here inside the defensive zone. Detroit's moving it into the offensive end. Oh, drops some with the hit.
Yeah, I'm not so sure if he was expecting her to finish the hit off. He will next time.
Stopped by the goaltender.
He's got to work hard to find the puck through all the bodies right in front of him.
The Rangers have been the aggressor offensively tonight as they continue to lead in the third. Detroit's got it in the defensive zone. Drills them. The Rangers get a hold of the puck along the boards.
Well, there it is, 150.
Magical night.
150th goal.
Tell her about the 200-foot game somewhere else. She's going to say, look at all the pucks from the other net. You'd expect that. The team's
Bang.
leading goal scorer finishes another one.
Yep, got that snapshot. You're just burying this Detroit team. They were hanging with
The
us.
Rangers could almost put this one in neutral here for the rest of this third period.
Game was competitive.
Much of this game,
The
and the
third
score
quarter
is
happened.
really reflective of that.
And now it's grabbed
And
by
I just went
Cholowski.
ham. Got
Quick
4
pass to
goals.
Pratt. Takes that pass back at the point. Takes a shot. Puck grabbed by Panarin. With some open space here in the neutral zone. Takes the puck and will retreat back to his own end.
Dang, finally my defense went up.
Scrum ensues along the boards. Picked up along the wall by Mantha. And he gains the zone here. Good defensive stop with the poke check. Panarin's got the puck in his own zone.
Good pass.
On the attack along the boards. Lets it fly.
Ooh, they blocked it that time.
Congestion in front. The Red Wings are in transition. Quick feed to Zajac. Excellent stick work on the play. New York's got it in the offensive zone.
What are you doing, Panarin?
Tries to dangle and the puck skips away.
There are times you
Try to hit him.
He's got good hands, but maybe a more simple play's the right one there.
New York's got the puck inside the defensive zone.
Pass it, man. What are you doing?
Hold of it against the wall.
Yep, cost us a goal.
The goalie's probably got to stop this, but I don't think he's set, James. That turnover didn't give him much time to get set in the net.
Detroit's back at center ice. They have a long way to go still here, though, Ray.
Yeah, get your scorers out there, James. Don't worry about the
Yeah,
defensive
give
end
up
of
3
the ice. You
goals.
need goals.
The Red Wings get a hold of the puck off the draw.
It's always these teams with a lot of rotating and cutting offenses that give you the most trouble. Call that cycling offense.
Detroit's got the puck in the defensive end. Grabs it in his own end.
My defense went back down because I gave up that goal. Well, I was on a line that gave up the goal, and the game's over.
Final horn sounds, bringing this one to a close.
Coming into this game, this team was really confident, so to suspect another win probably wasn't a stretch for them. They extend the streak.
Well, the way they're playing, it looks like that streak's not going to show an end anytime soon.
What is this, our 70th win?
Another Ranger victory means
So I think we got 9 more games of the season.
Center ice and everybody gets saluted, but look how many people stay now.
For my broadcast partner, Ray Ferraro, my name is James Cybulski. Thanks so much for joining us. Good night.
Yeah, that was just... He turned the puck over. He could have passed it out to me, but he didn't. Turn the puck over. Easy goal. All right, Tony DeAngelo had a good game. Three assists, 1 hit by defenseman. Pavel Davidovich had one of his best games. 2 goals, 1 assist, and 2 hits. I think I got like at least 4 goals, 2 or 3 assists. Let's see what I got. Yep, another 7-point game with 6 hits. I was just laying the lumber with these hits, boy. But another 7-point game. Got to 150 goals for the season. I don't think nobody's going to break that record except for myself. Be like Wayne Gretzky before I came into the league, just breaking his own records.
Seems to be an extension of how she's played over the last little while. And she's the most dangerous player, and one of them every night. She throws a 3-spot on the board last night. You have yourself a really satisfying evening when the puck.
Dude, if I get to 400 points before the season is over, that would be ridiculous. Some people don't even get 300 points their whole career.
Let's take a look at the rest of the action on the ice tonight in the National Hockey League. The Red Wings battled it out against the Rangers. The New York Rangers triumphed easily in this one. The rookie, a big contributor in this one as she lights the lamp, and here's how it all played out. Here's a shot, scores! She does it again!
A bunch of us guys are going to watch a movie. Care to
There
join
are
us?
other games beyond just this one here in the NHL tonight. Let's get you caught up on some of those finals. The Canadians had a tall order to fill as they tried to take 2 on the road against the Flyers. Montreal powers their way to victory, showing a lot of grit in both ends of the ice. The Bruins had their hands full with the Islanders. Boston takes this one in the shootout and the extra point to go with it. We got to take a quick break, everybody, but we've got a lot more to get to. Stay with us.
What? My teammates didn't like me for going to the movies? What the hell? After this win streak, we can't celebrate? Wow, that is some BS, man. Wow, my teammate likability went down just because I decided to go to the movies. What the hell, man? Man, check out these records. Well, these are season, I think all time in well, not all time, but leaders in the current of active players. I'm not on that list because I only been with the team my rookie year. But when you check season, look at that. Goals, points, and assists. Like, me and my goalie are just going to be the most dominant players for New York in the next 2 seasons. Like I said, I'm going to be leaving after my contract expires. I don't know, it depends on how much money they offer me. Yep, got the all-time records. All-time record. That's rookie. What about game? Okay, Panarin had 7 goals in the game, and Zibanejad had 9 points. Damn. I forgot what game that was when he scored 7 goals. That was crazy. Yeah, all-time season. Nobody's gonna break my goal, points, and assist record. I don't know. I think Igor, my goalie, I think he got the all-time record for wins in a season. Yep, most wins all-time in a season with 58. 58. Trying to get him up to 15 so he can be tied with number 2 on the list. But he already has the most wins in the season. I got the most points. Panarin second because he's had a crazy season. I got all times in assists. Oh, Panarin finally got to the list at number 5. And then most goals in the season at 150. Panarin's about 18 goals behind me. He's been trying to catch up to me, but then I have games like I had last game. Yeah, there's Grant Furr, who was talking about my family member today. He's still in the record books. Let's see, what was his, let me go career. Career wins. Oops. Let's see, most shutouts. Most wins. Yeah, Grant Furr, he got pushed out of this list. Martin Brodeur, Patrick Roy, and Robert Laronco and Lundqvist, they came up in the 90s and dominated and pushed Grant Furr out the list. Dang, 691 wins for Martin Brodeur. That's because the New Jersey Devils were hella good during the 90s. I would love to beat Wayne Gretzky's numbers, but dude, my player's gonna have to play like 18 to 20 seasons. But I don't know, if I keep on having 350 to 400 point seasons, I would break his records in no time. I think I could probably break his goal scoring record in probably 6 seasons on the way that I'm going. Dang, most games played as a goalie. Martin Brodeur played 1,266. Talk about longevity. I don't know. I remember when Alex Ovechkin and Sidney Crosby got drafted, and people were saying who was the best. Early on, Sidney Crosby was the best because he was actually winning Stanley Cups for the Pittsburgh Penguins. And then Alex Ovechkin, I don't think he won his first Stanley Cup until like 2 or 3 seasons ago. He finally won one. Let's see, Pittsburgh Penguins. You're gonna see a lot of Mario Lemieux, Jaromir Jagr, but I think Sidney Crosby got some records. Yep, he does. He got some records. I remember he got drafted as like an 18-year-old. So he has. Let's see. Actually, you know, wow. So he's all-time in games played for the Pittsburgh Penguins, but then in a season he played 16 seasons, got like almost 1,350 points, 853 assists, 496 goals. So yeah, let's see what his season record. Let's see, rookie record. Oops, not rookie. Sidney Crosby had 63 assists his rookie year. He had 102 points his rookie season. I remember that. That was crazy. Mario Lemieux had 43 points as a rookie. Let's see, season. Sidney Crosby, active player, leader with 51 goals. 84 assists. Mario Lemieux got the all-time records for a season. Dang, he had 85 goals in the season. That is crazy. Dang, he almost had a 200-point season in 1988, and 114 assists and 85 goals. That's pretty damn good. Let's see, game. Dang, in a game he had 5 goals, 6 assists. Dang, this was all in the same season. He had 8 points in the game. So Mario Lemieux, yeah, he's one of the all-time greats. Played 73 games my rookie season. I think I started out as only like a 76, 77 rated player. Almost by the end of the season, I'm at 88. That is some crazy growth. Crazy growth. They got me listed as a sniper when I play more like a playmaker. But then again, anybody who put up 153 goals, yeah, they're going to think of you as a sniper. Alright. I guess I'm going to call it a night with this live stream. Got 2 games in for the night. It's pretty fun. It's right now going on 1:50 in the AM. Dang, when did I get this game? I think I got it, what? Late 2021 or early 2021 when I got this game. This is still my first season. Haven't even got to the playoffs yet. Putting up the numbers. Like I said, I played like a lot of league early on. That's where I spent a good chunk of my play time. Wow, they have it to where you have to buy NHL 94. But good thing I kept my NHL 2012 where it was like you got that game for free. But yeah, man, for those of you guys who watched, thanks for watching. For those of you guys who will watch later, thanks for watching. Stay safe. God bless.